All right, we are live. Welcome. Today is Friday, January 9th, 2026. We're here with Carl from acetradingclub.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get a look at the market. Market is starting to move. We still continue to be near or at all-time highs. Let's see what this market has for us. Let's flip over to the S&P 500, the top 500 stocks out there in the market. We're literally we're dangling right there just to get to a new all-time high. We made a new all-time high just 2 days ago. That was a wick up to 694. Again, I have told you guys, I've told members that our target for the year should get us to about 770. Let's call it 750, just as a nice whole round number. But max move should take us somewhere north of 800 on the S&P 500. Now, again, the S&P 500 plays a dividend, so the price gets adjusted, X, Y, and Z. So, but we'll have to see. But it's roughly right around there. We want to get back into this long-term trend that has been on the market. There's a lot of lines on this chart, but basically we're just flat to positive on the market on S&P. We still continue to be in a bull market. If we look at the long-term trend over the last couple months, we're just trending upwards. That's all we're doing. We're just going up, 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 up. And we got to be in that. So, you got to understand when you're trading, when you're investing, it's not going to be a straight linear stock straight up. I get it. Everybody thinks we're supposed to just go up. It's supposed to go from the bottom to the top and just go that way. That's not what happens in the real world. That's not how the market works. It has an ebb and a flow. It has a tide. It comes in, it goes out, it overshoots, it comes back into equilibrium, and that's what happens on individual stocks. It happens with the S&P 500. That is just the nature of the market. So market structure as a concept is something all traders need to understand, need to learn, need to master, and just be able to say, I try to tell you guys is you want to look at it and just say, can you tell that you're in the middle of a forest? So just zoom out. That's the first port of call. Just always zoom out and just say, where am I? Am I at all-time highs? Am I at extreme lows? Where am I? Can I see the forest through the trees? That will help navigate and create this market structure. You should always expect on any stock an ebb and flow, and up but down and up and down. Don't get me wrong, it can take you to extreme lows and it can take you to extreme highs. You see that every day. I want to flip over to one of these extreme highs, extreme lows. Let's just put our hands up. I got stuck in SanDisk yesterday, and I always tell you guys, it will be the ride that kills you. It'll be the ride that kills you. And that is what happened here for me. When I look at SanDisk, do you think I'm not livid? I knew this thing could move several dollars. We talked about getting it every $15. A massive spread between my positions. Normally it wouldn't be so big, but this stock, we got to stop. Let's just zoom out. Let's look at SanDisk. This thing is up from August, from a $40 stock to a $340 stock, a $300 move, right? Huge up, huge up. But within that, there's an ebb and flow. It's going to go up. It's going to come down. It's going to have days where it's going to have this massive sell-off and put you under extreme pressure. Look at this day. Extreme pressure on whatever day that was in November. Extreme pressure to the downside. Choppity chop chop, boom, to the upside. That's just what they're going to do. Yesterday, no difference. Get your heart racing, right? Have my heart racing. I was in this thing all day battling in this thing, right? So if we flip over to the intraday, you guys already know this. You guys have been with me. You know what I'm talking about. Look at this massive sell-off. 10-minute candle. Each candle represents 10 minutes of price action. Man, we just started going. We talked about one to short this thing the previous day at 360. Trust me, I was livid that it went to 360 and then sold off because that was the trade I wanted to take the previous day, and we took a short, and I wanted it at 360. I knew we were going to get this sell-off eventually, and it hit 360 and just took the hell off to the downside. Put you under extreme pressure, got to a low about 310. I didn't run out of bullets. I ran out of risk. I wasn't prepared to buy more to scream my average into, say, like 325 if the risk was going to go back down to, say, 290. I ran out of risk, and I just said, hey, I'm gonna have to take the loss. I don't run from a loss. Other people want to hide and do smoke and mirrors and not want to have a loss. I'm fine taking a loss. I just want that loss to be something that I know that I can genuinely make in a day to 2 to 3 days, okay? And that's what I try to do. I do the best to articulate the risk. I do the best to tell you, hey, I'm buying here. It's for you to take the risk. If you want to go blow to blow, fine. You know, a lot of times I'm not going to push it out and say, oh, my level's here. The next level's $30 down. I mean, if it's that low, I'll just wait till the $30. Okay. You know, why not just wait for 30 bucks? Okay. There's no reason to buy so early if it's going to go down $30, right? But you just got to do that. You know, I have to take the loss. So today there's a level still on SanDisk. SanDisk could come into the 330. If it comes into about 330, I'm going to look to step right back up and get right back in this thing. This thing could easily bounce back up to 350. Easily, but it could just as easily come back down to 315. Okay, so we got to watch it. We'll watch what it's doing. We'll see what it's doing. Oklo, come on now. We traded this thing yesterday several times. We saw the rejection at 100. We saw it, man. That's what's so frustrating, right? I pointed this one out to you guys. I said, wow, look at this stock. This is a great little pivot to the 200 period moving average. Think about the first message I said. When you zoom out, if you zoom out and say, where are we at? Look at the forest of the trees. Where have we come from? Are we extreme highs? Are we extreme lows? Well, shoot, we had just came from 190, call it 200 bucks. You grabbing this sucker down to 70 bucks. What were the exact words I said? I like this breakout. It's breaking out. And now it's to the top. Why is it breaking out? Well, apparently there's news. Meta has announced some type of power thing that they're going to do and some contract, so it's gapping up. Clearly somebody knew that was coming. Clearly it started ramping up to the upside. That will explain a whole lot of what was going on, the games that they were doing. So what's the trade today? That's the question I'm asking myself. Okay, we're up 18%. Can we realistically see ourselves? You know, I like to say, what have we ever done? Have we ever gone from 108 to in one day up to 134? Yeah, we could run 34% in a day. So I would sit there and say, all right, we're up 18%. Could we add another 10% to this? So can we get somewhere to about 130? We probably could get to about 130. So if it comes into that, that's a shortable level, you know, depending how it gets there. So I'm interested to short it, but if I'm going to short it, I'm going to start at about 125 up to about 130, up into this levels here. I would short, but hey, I like to dip buy. I love dip buying. I love buying a strong stock that's breaking out where the market structure says, hey, we got room to the run to the upside. So let's say, what is the level today on a dip? We had it at 96 yesterday, 97. We had it a few times, right? And it kept going up, coming down, going up, coming down, because they were just trying to steal shares. So here we are. It's up 18%. The news is out. So normally you have to buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what I want to see happen. If we can break into a dip into about 108, I'll step up and buy it. So a 110 break, we'll look for that on Oklo. So write that down, put an alert on your phone, put an alert on your system. We're going to look for a move to about 110 to 108. So my level that I probably will buy will be about I'll probably buy this one, wrong thing. I'll buy this 110 area, okay, if it gives it to us. Easily could get down there. Easily could get into this 110. If you want a safer level, you're going to be wanting to start somewhere about 106. But don't be surprised. You know, it's always an art of the possibility to fill the gap to come into $100, okay? But it's okay. It's okay. This is a stock I could hold overnight if it comes in there, okay? The Qs are coming in. They're kind of flat to positive. APLD, again, another stock that I'm holding. I have it at 32, whatever the screen says below, but I have it at 32, whatever I have it at. Okay, let me pull it up. Got to look on I have all these other screens up. So I'm looking for a move to about 34. If we can get back up to these highs, this is a topping signal, so it is a bit higher risk. So I'm not going to hold it past where it's at. I will keep a flat as we come into the market open. We got 7 minutes till the market opens, but I do have this sucker here, and we will go from there. Oh, it doesn't even show on the system, does it? That's why. So let's see if we can get out of some of these trades, and we'll just do it accordingly. Okay, so 3209, 3209, but I'm going to keep a flat, so don't think that this one can't be sold at the if we get a dip. It could easily be sold. Even though I'm in at 3209, it could easily be sold. I have Tesla at 436. Okay, so I still have Tesla at 436.12. That's the exact entry, 436.12. Held that one overnight. I got into that one late, so most of you guys probably weren't here to hear my voice say I got into that one, but I did get into 436.12 in Tesla. Normally I don't put exactly how many shares I have. I just tell you the risk that I'm taking, but I took a position. We didn't get it yesterday at the low because I got stuck battling SanDisk, and so like I said, I had ran out of risk, not of money, but I ran out of risk that I was prepared to take. Palantir I'm holding overnight. I've held that. I have that at 180.40, I think it is. 180.41 to the penny. I hold this thing. I don't really run from Palantir. Of course, Palantir could come into the 160s, 150s. That's fine for me. If it came into that, we'll get that. But for today, I'm looking at this SanDisk. It's going to really have to dip. It's going to have to break 330 for me to start again. Maybe even to 325. But I'm going to repeat. We're talking $10 to $15 spreads on this thing in terms of where I would add and how I would maneuver. Why? Because we're going to zoom out. Like I said, we're going to say, where are we at? If we zoom out, where are we? We're at all-time highs. We've moved up like 800%. Okay, so moving down 40% is not out of the realm of possibility. Okay, just think about that. It's in a year. It's been since August we up like 800%. So you got to be ready for that kind of move. Okay, oof. So we could look to dip by those things. We do have news today. And so like I always tell you guys, I don't have to win every trade. Don't think you have to win every trade. I always equate trading to, but it's the best analogy I can ever come up with is playing in a poker tournament. You don't win the tournament by winning every hand. You win the tournament by losing small and winning big. Okay, and you can't count on luck, but luck counts as well. Okay. So let's just stay small, stay nimble. I'm never going to get it always right. I don't run from my losers. I don't run from my back holds. I don't run from those. I'm still in Coinbase. I'm still in some of these trades. Yes, are they frustrating? But they are. Because a stock can just go to sleep, man. That's just what they do. When I flip over and I think of PayPal, which is probably more like Pain Pal, Pain Pal, when you look at this thing and you zoom out on the daily, this thing has gone to sleep. This thing has gone to sleep since what? I don't know, 2022. So for the last 3+ years, this thing has just been sleep, right? Not going up, barely going down, just sideways chopping all the way up there. This is a stock they loved this thing. They loved it to 310. They loved it to 310. Here it is at $58. You could sideways chop like this for the next 3 to 4 to 5 years, easily. So that's why I always tell you guys, don't fall in love with no stock. They will always run some stock up, always. The question is, once they're running it up and once they're done running it up, you got to know that they're done and you just move on to the next thing because they just always have some, like a diaper dandy. They always have something like that, okay? Nike, one of those things. Nike for the last 5 years has just been sleep. If you zoom out, look at this downward sloping trend line. But look at this thing. You can go back to 20. We all the way back down to 2016, 10 years ago. This is for a decade, nothing. If you've been in Nike, you've made no money in a decade. Took you on a roller coaster up, and then took you all the way back down. So it's one of those things you got to watch. I still do like it though. There's this, in terms of the short term, there's this down sloping trend line, which is this golden line here. We've bounced off of it. We're starting to sideways chop. Your risk is to the low of about 57, 50, $56. So you could buy this thing for the long haul if you want it to see if it was going to go up a lot higher. But this is one you'd have to hold for a long time. You'd be swinging this sucker. Okay. I want to look at some of these oil companies. So after the pop and the drop, now it's settled. Let's see if this thing comes in. If Chevron can get to 160 again, I like it. We know where we would stop out. We'd end up having to stop out at or around a close under 157 like today. So that's like a $3 risk. But with the $6 opportunity, maybe even a $10 opportunity if it starts breaking to the upside. So it's worth a watch. So give me an alert if it breaks 160 today. Please do that. I want to look at some more ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil was one brought to my attention today. The only reason I kind of shy away from it is because unlike Chevron, it's at or near all-time highs, right? And so at or near all-time highs, something that is kind of, it trades just like it, even though Exxon used to be the world's biggest company. It's one that you want to watch. I'd prefer like Chevron because it's not at all-time highs. It's at recent highs, but when we zoom out, we've been higher. We've been like 185, 190. We're still pretty close, but at least it gives you that. We could look at some more stuff like BP. But I think Chevron, in terms of this Venezuela thing, has more equipment in there type of thing. So look at SanDisk mode. This thing is really pissing me off. So here we go. We're open for business. Let's get focused. Let's see what we get here. Last trading day of the week. Look at APLD. I want to see if this thing can bounce over 34 and then I'll get out. Otherwise, I'm keeping a flat on it. So I'm watching APLD. I'm watching Oklo. Oklo's coming in. Let's see if this thing can get to about 110. I'm fine with trying to grab some there. We're keeping my eye. Look at SanDisk coming in. Look at APLDs at 33.50. I'm going to sell it on a break of 34. Okay, just letting you know, 34 break. I'll get out at these highs, 34 or so break. So heads up on APLD. It's getting very close. So heads up on that. Heads up on APLD. I'm about to sell this right now, actually. Come on, just a pierce, and I'll be out of APLD. Let's just see if we can get that. Oklo's at 112. Heads up on APLD. Don't wick down. SanDisk is at 335. It's coming in. I'm watching that. Look at Oklo come in. Again, I thought it was a short. If it had stayed at 112, 120, I would have shorted it, but it didn't. Man, look at Oklo get right there. All right, we're going to get out of this APLD out. So I'm out of APLD. I will take the win. I hate, I don't like getting a wick like that. So I'm out there. I'm out of APLD. I can always get it lower. Look at SNDK coming in. I might dip my toe in this thing here. If we can get to 330 break, I'm going to get into some. What's Tesla? Tesla, remember, I'm still in that. 431, that thing is whipping down. Woof. So we'll deal with that. APLD, out of APLD, out of that. We'll deal with that. Look at Tesla at 431. Tesla just flushed for no reason. Tesla is just under pressure. They're going to want this thing at around 420. So I'm just letting it do. Look at Oklo. Oklo did not get to 110. Almost grabbed it. Heads up on Oklo. I will grab Oklo, though. Man, I wanted it at 110. Got within $1. Heads up on Oklo. I will grab Oklo, though, if it comes in. APLD, that was a decent sale. SanDisk at 335. So we got out of APLD. All right. I'm looking at Oklo now. My attention's at Oklo. So I'm going long Oklo. I am about to grab a piece. This is on news, okay? So this is on news. So be ready to get into these yellow lines. They likely come into there. So heads up on Oklo. Heads up on Oklo. And I'm just ready to just maneuver through it. More than likely it comes into this 108. So heads up on it. Watching Oklo. Come on. Can we pierce this 110? Here we go. Heads up. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, give me that bigger pierce. All right. Long Oklo at 110. 110. I'm long Oklo at 110. At 110. Okay. So we're just going to let it cook and then likely comes into these yellow lines here. So if you got to wait for this 106, that's fine. But I'm in there, game on. SanDisk got to 335. I almost pulled the trigger. I'm going to let it go. I don't want a revenge trade. So I'm long Oklo 110.59 if you want to know the exact level. If you want to be patient and see if you can get a 108 to 106, that's totally fine. I'm likely to add to it somewhere at the bottom of this level here. Okay. Game on. SanDisk with the bounce. God, got so close. 1 at 330. APLD's come all the way in. That's giving it all the way up. Tesla's back up to 433. Let's see if this thing can go. This is a good risk to reward here on Tesla because any close under 430, you would get out. Let me get... Let's see here. Oklo's back to 110. I'll be looking for a move of about maybe $3 here, maybe 3 to 4. So if I can get to 113, 114, I'll take it. SanDisk taking off. Look at this move. Look at this move. Look at this move from 335 up to 349. That's upsetting, but it's okay. I move on. Palantir's at 176. Tesla's at 433. Oklo's up 60 cents, or well, 30 cents. It pierced 110. So I'm just waiting here, just maneuvering nice and light. It's Friday. Man, SanDisk, though. Man, I should have bought that. I almost did. But I got scared. I went to church. Here goes Oklo coming into this 108. Kind of more or less what I thought. We would get this pullback. If we need to, again, I'm telling you now, if it comes into about 106, 105, I'll add another piece, keeping it nice and light. This is trading on news. Trading on news. SanDisk to 348. To take my money and then to see it go back up is really upsetting. Look at Oklo get up there. Tesla's at 434. So I'm still in Tesla, 436. I'm still in Tesla at 436. I want to see if this thing can bounce. It's overdue for a bounce. It's overdue for a bounce, a correction bounce to at least 442. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. I'm still in this Oklo. I'm down 50 cents, $1 or so. But I'm spread out for these levels around here. If I come in about $4 to $5. But like I said, don't be surprised if it can come back into $100. Could easily do it. SanDisk, boy, that one's making me cry. Oof. Palantir's at 176.57. It's negative on the day, but let's see. They're just gaming this thing right now. Let's see here. Oklo back to 110, but still not moving up. Otherwise, I'm waiting on this 106. Let's see what happens. Man, look at SanDisk ripping to the upside. Up 5% on the day. Had a chance to grab it at 335. I wanted 330. Didn't give it to me. So I didn't take it. But there it is. Look at this bounce, man. To see my money just be. Look at this thing go. Look at this thing go. Wow. Wow. Like, what was yesterday's price action all about for it to do this? But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Still out the money on Oklo, but only a few pennies. Now I'm flat to in the money on Oklo. And my target, I want 113, something like that. Here we go, starting to get a bounce. We're starting to get a bounce. Here we go, starting to get a bounce. These is the areas here. Here we go. Let's see if we can get this move to 112, 113, and then we can see if we can get that. So here we go. Heads up on it. It's getting close. Now that I'm up over $1, up $2 now. I'm gonna keep a can't lose. Now I cannot lose on it. I'll keep a flat. If it wicks in, it wicks in. But these were the levels we talked about. I said 108, but I took it at 110. Of course I did, but I tell you guys this all the time. I do that to give you guys a chance to get in a little bit lower. I don't mind taking on some of the risk. We want a 113 break. Heads up on Oklo. I want at least a 113. I was up $2. I could have taken 2, but I'm looking for at least 3. Heads up on Oklo. Look at this bounce. Look at this bounce. Get over 113. and then I'll be out. Almost there. $1 away, $1 away, $1 away. So like I said, I can always get my money back. Tesla's at 430, 434. Come on, let's see if this Oklo can just get over 113. Heads up, heads up, heads up. This is close enough. Just do 113. Come on now. Get up there. Ah. I love it. I love it. I love it. Come on, get up there. I'm trying to be patient, but I'm ready to get out. I'm about to sell. I'm out. I'm out. I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to take it here. I'm going to take it here. I'm out. I'm out, Oklo. I'm out, Oklo. 112.66. 112.66. 112. So I'm out at 112.66. I am out at 112.66. Some of you guys could have got this a whole dollar lower. Okay, so I'm out 112.66. Man, SanDisk is just making me just. Look at APLD go back up. But it's okay. Tesla's back to 433.60. Palantir's not catching a bid just yet, but we'll just keep looking. There's those. Let's see what this Oklo can do. I still think it can bounce over 113, but I don't need to be too greedy. Okay, so that's not too bad. We'll take that move. Let's see what else we got. Not bad for a Friday. Not bad for a Friday. Not bad. Remember, they always run in kind of the same kind of plays, guys. I always tell you that. They always run in the same stupid place. They'll pop it, drop it, and then just rip it. You know, the question is, can you survive the pop and the drop? That's really it. That's really your goal, is to understand, can you handle the pop and the drop? Just like SanDisk. Look at this thing bounce. Look how big this is. 113. Easily. Went there. As I said, I didn't get all of it, but I don't need to catch all of it. I only try to catch enough. Okay? So, but not a bad trade in Oklo. But not a bad trade in Oklo. Okay? SanDisk is up there. Man, look at this, man. That's just really upsetting. Tesla's at 434. I'm waiting on this thing to bounce. I'm still in this thing at 436. I'm $1 or so out the money and just going to let it run. Want to get to about 440, and then we will take our money and move. It's a Friday. We're not trying to be here all day. We just try to be here for a good time. Okay, so there goes Oklo. Nice to get a little trade in it. A little 2% gainer. Nothing crazy. Wow, look at that. Told you to get up to 113.50 though. Look at that. We identified him on the chart, and look how it played right into us. Right into us. Right into us. If you're scared and you went to church, that's cool. Don't worry. Every trade, you ain't got to take every trade. I try to give you my level, the best level, and it's up to you to try to cookie cut yourself in between that. I'm only going to ever tell you what I'm doing. Okay? Look at this thing go. Look at APLD. Could have got back in, but decided to stay on the sidelines. Wow, look at this thing go. Look at APLD go. Oklo still whipping around. We can move our eyes to it. Man, this SanDisk is going to just eat on my chest all weekend. All weekend, because I had to lose $1,600, about $2,000. So 1,600 pounds, about $2,000 in a stock that literally 24 hours would be up $20 from my. Look at this thing. Oh, and we talked about grabbing this thing too, but look at this thing. Look at this thing go. And I know G-Man is furious because he had it at 315 yesterday. Look at this thing go. Look at this thing go. What was all that yesterday? I knew it was a bunch of nonsense, but it's the ride that'll get you. I'll tell you every time. It'll be the ride that gets you. It got me. Okay, if it got me, definitely could get you. So I was done. There goes APLD up. Let's see if we can find something else to play. I'm done with Oklo. I'm not going to go back to unless this thing wicks into about 105, I'm not touching it. It got me yesterday. Of course, it got me. I was over here like, what in the world's going on? I admit it, hand on heart. I'm not gonna always be right, folks. Let's just be clear on that. I'm not gonna always be right. But I just knew this thing could bounce. That's why I wasn't too concerned, but I was just like, this is ridiculous. Look at this move. 20 minutes up to 360. Now I should have grabbed it because I'd have got all my money back. But it's okay. That would have been a great story for the gram. if I would have traded it. But I'm still in this Tesla. If you've grabbed Tesla at around 433 or so, if you've grabbed it here about 433, just keep a flat, if you got it 433 or lower, just keep a flat. Because if this thing can go, it's a late day bloomer. This is one of them stocks that, lately the bears are in control. But if they can relent for one day, we should be able to get to about 440. Okay. Oh. Look at this 360. To have it at 335 and to see it go up literally $30 from where you have it. Okay. Oh. Look at this APLD going. Wow. Look at this APLD going. For those keeping track, I sold APLD at 33.75. That was the stock I had in the pre-market. But, that is what it is. We go from there. So it's okay. Another little 300. Just going to keep rattling off winners. Winner, winner, winner. I'll have a loser here. Look at this thing. New all-time high on SanDisk. New all-time high. Insane. Now, is this shortable? I'm not stepping up to short it. I'm not. That's insane. What was yesterday all about? They just wanted to come after me? They just had to come after me or what? What was this about? Wow, look at APLD. 35 on tap. Man, I left a whole dollar on the table, but it's okay. I don't try to catch all of it. Let me move over to, man, me and Etsy got beef now. Aren't you mad? This is what happens. This is what they do. This is the game, and the question is, can you handle it? Let's focus on some other trades. It's Friday. Again, I don't try to trade too big on a Friday because it's Friday. This this AMD looks interesting. Let me look at the daily real quick. Man, this thing is beat down. It's an absolute dog crap stock. Not going to lie. For today. But the only reason I'm liking it right now is because it's holding above these averages so far. So maybe we could try. The question that I always ask myself, if I got it here, where will I get out and how will I know I'm wrong? Okay, that's what I'm thinking when I'm buying a stock. If I got it here, how do I know I'm wrong? And for me, excusez-moi, any close into 204.50, the lows of yesterday, if it closes underneath these levels here, then I'm wrong. So now I'm just finding, okay, but what happens if it reverses? How high can it go? It could go $5 from here. So if I can get it under 205, I'm prepared to grab it, knowing that I can only have to risk about $1. So heads up on AMD, keep it on your radar. God, look at APLD go to $36. Watching AMD. Okay, so focus on AMD. We want to get it at least as close to 205 as we can get it. Okay, we want to get it as close to 205 as we can get it. We don't want to miss it for 50 cents. We understand that if we got it, say 205.50, our stop is literally at these lows here. That's not that big of a risk to the down. Now the question is, if we get it here, I'm trying to grab some, but I want to get it at 205.50 Pierce. So, look at Oklo. Look at Oklo. Look at Oklo. God dog it. Red to green, but it's okay. We're done with it. I'm done with it at least. Tesla, look at that Tesla. Getting that. Look at that. Here we go. I'm still in it. I'm just getting flat. So I'm looking on this red to green. If this thing is gonna go, man, we can get $5 on this pretty easily. I think we can get a break of 445. So if it takes off, we're gonna run way up here. Look at Oklo, red to green, about to engulf it. What a nice little move. Look at APLD, Tesla. Yeah, I'm out the money, but it's just chilling. Palantir, I still have that little piece of crap right now, but it's just chilling. We're gonna let it chill. Here's AMD coming in. Still haven't pulled the trigger just yet. Gonna let it come in. There's no reason to. It's not red to green. It's green to red at the moment. But I'm trying to define my stop. Okay. So the lower it goes, the better, because any takeout of these levels, I just get out. and then now. But if it reverses this move, boom, to the upside we go. Come on, let's pierce this 205. Here we go. Heads up on AMD. The lower it goes, the better. Here we go. Still haven't pulled the trigger, but getting close. Look at that. This thing is going negative on the day. Negative. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa. Here we go. All right. We long AMD. Long AMD. Long AMD. Long AMD. AMD long 205.03. I am long AMD at 205.03. There's a little bit of spread there, but 205.03. The stop remains the same. So I'm playing for I'm risking $1 to see if we can go run $3 to $5. So I'll take a 3 to 5, a 5 to 1 risk. Because now I know where, if it don't bounce, I know where to get out. Okay? Because I'd rather lose $1 if I can go make 5. So we'll see what happens here. If we get up over 206, I'll keep a flat or so. So 20 minutes in, look at this bounce. Look at this little bounce right here. Look. Starting to go though, but hasn't gone. Let's see. We're still not out of the woodworks yet though. Look at Oklo come right back in. What I like is we're holding over the volume weighted average price. So it could give us another entry. So we just got to watch this sucker. Let's see if this thing can take, AMD can take out 206. Let's keep a stop. Let's keep a stop, maybe 204.50 or so, 204.50 or so. So now we don't have to risk as much because it's bounced up some. Look at APLD. Look at APLD, man. But it's okay. I don't try to catch all of it. Tesla 403. Oklo 112. No position in Oklo. We got that one. We got in. We got up. We got out. Want to watch it. I could be talked in another re-entry here, but there's no reason. Why would I? I'd only be 20 cents better than where I sold it, so there's no reason for me to buy it. Let's just focus on AMD. Look at Tesla. Now I'm in the money on Tesla. Just a few pennies, nothing crazy. And again, my target will be a move to at least 440. I got to get at least 440 for me. So otherwise, that's it. Okay. And then AMD, if this thing can catch a bounce, target for, a respectable target would be 207. 207. But if it really starts to move, it could move to 210. But if I have to stop out for a loss, we know where we have a defined stop. So I like that. Gives you a good risk to reward. Look at Oklo. Not buying Oklo. I do like that it hit the volume weighted average price and starting to bounce, but if I'd have sold at 114 or so, maybe I'd have bought this Pierce. But for me, it's just too close to where I sold. There's no reason for me to take that risk. Tesla's up in the money now. Palantir is $4 out the money. I'm still holding that. And then let's see. Now let me look at some of these other stocks that are killing me. Man, APLD, you got me crying. But it's okay. We got money on it, and we move on. SanDisk. You already know. Let's look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA must be under pressure. So NVIDIA is under pressure as well. So it's all under pressure. We haven't got any relief. Let's look at the Qs. Qs are just pausing. Okay. Tesla's at. So back to the flat line on AMD. Let's see what happens here. It's been 20 minutes, 22 minutes of just nonsense selling, but we'll see what happens. Tesla's, I'm out the money a little bit. Never got up enough for me to want to keep a flat. Oklo back to 113. I'm not looking to get in that unless it comes into at least these yellow lines. In this wheelhouse is a good cake, is a good risk to reward. Otherwise, you would just be FOMO trading. So I don't want to FOMO trade. I want to trade. I want to trade for real, not for thrills. Well, I do want to get some thrills, though, but you know what I'm saying. You got it.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
All right, so here we go. So we're a few pennies in the money on AMD, and we're just going to let that chill. Tesla, we're a few pennies in the money. We're going to let that chill. I got to get $4 to $5 for it to at least make sense for me. But got to realize Tesla's overdue for a bounce, and I mean a mega bounce. It's going to go to 460 at some point. The question is it today? Is it Monday? It's going to go. So the question is, can we get through it? Can we make some money? That's what we want to do. There we go on AMD, getting up about $1. If I get up over $1, I'll keep a flat. If I'm prepared to risk $1, once I get up $1, I'll protect that dollar. And that's ace trading. So you get up $1. If you're ready to risk $1, you get up $1. You better stop $1. You know what I mean? There's no reason to go down any more than that. Plan the trade the plan. That's all I'm ever doing. Okay? So that's it. Now it's just about risk management from here on out. Not every day is going to be a day like SanDisk. Just not going to be. But they come, and when they come, you got to be ready for them. Come on, see if this Tesla can knock this out. Let's see if this AMD can knock this out. Where's CVX? We want to look at some of these oil stocks. I want to keep an eye on some of them. But I don't think I had alerts set everywhere, so none of them has hit. So, okay, so I don't need to worry about it. I've seen no alerts go off. So they clearly haven't hit the levels that I defined before I sat down. Okay, so let's just go from there. Okay. Micron moving up. Nice to see. AMD, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep a stop at the low of these wicks. Okay, so I'm in at 205.03. But because it got within, what is that? 10 cents of a dollar? I'll risk 20 cents. I'll risk 20 cents. Okay. So if I lose 20 cents, okay, so be it. So 204.80, fine. I'll just stop out. Okay. Losing 20 cents isn't gonna be anything. I don't even need to put that on my sheet, to be honest with you. My tracker, but whatever. But we'll just go from there. You know what I mean? Because 20 cents is a nothing thing. We play for dollars here. We don't play for pennies. We're not scalping. We are trying to get dollars. We want dollars, not pennies, not 50 cents. A scalper would be out right now. A scalper would have grabbed it at 205 Pierce and then got out at here, because that's what you would do. That's where the technical resistance is at. You would get out right here at this 50 period. The value weighted average price, that's what a scalper would do. You would just get in, get up, and then boom, be out. Now for me, I like to play for massive dollars and see if we can get several of them. If we can't get them, fine. We just stop. Man, Palantir, you're killing me. You're weak. But let's see what happens here. We're still waiting on a 206 break. Tesla, it's up a little bit, but let's see if we can get that. 33, 34. Man, this AMD can't go, but if the Qs aren't going, if NVIDIA's not going, it's going to be under pressure as well. Tesla, I'm up 80p or something like that, 80 cents. Up 50 cents on AMD. Getting bored of it. But let's just see what happens here. It's getting to the 30-minute mark. We've closed out a few winners. APLD, Oklo. Palantir's putting me under some pressure, though. It's putting me under some pressure. Tesla's up 75 cents. AMD's up 30 cents. Let's see if we can get a move. But this is just what the Qs look like. Maybe we stop. Maybe we stop on AMD. We'll trade the plan. Plan the trade. Trade the plan. So takes patience, though. Tesla's up $1 now. Oklo is still whipping around here, so it's just whippity washy, ain't doing nothing. Oklo is chilling. Tesla's just still tripping. It's just doing its thing. What are we missing? We got to be missing something. Something's moving that I'm not aware of. It got to be something. What's Google doing? Something has to be moving. Something that we normally would trade. But the market is just, it's been a weird month to start the year. I'm not going to lie, because things that you would think should be moving aren't moving. They're just whipping around on you. Okay. Netflix is probably still on. Look at this. Man, Netflix still under pressure. Told you, never fall in love with a stock because they will take it way lower than you think. Way lower. Like, I would have never thought Netflix was going to really break 90. But tariff news coming at 9 a.m. Oh, from the, it's not going to be the Supreme Court, is it? Is there a ruling from the Supreme Court coming? Because if they overturn this thing, you could see this thing shoot up. If the tariffs got reversed, poof. So there's a decision today. So let's hope. Here we go. Heads up, though. I think that's a good call. That's a good shout. Let's hope the tariffs get reversed. I hope they do. Hope in 30 seconds they reverse. Everything shoots up 10%, and we're already in position. Oklo. Here we go. So we're sure this news is coming out in about 10 seconds or what? Not happy about AMD at the moment, but we know where we'll stop out, and we'll just stop out accordingly. So numbers should be out, whatever numbers are coming out. This is the Michigan numbers, right? Usually. Isn't that what you posted earlier? Michigan. University of Michigan, UOM sentiment, yeah. The Qs have now got over the volume weighted average price. That's nice to see. Tesla's moving up. That's nice to see. 438. There we go. Let's see if that can get moving. Let's see if AMD can get moving. Palantir needs to move. Oklo is under the volume weighted average price. Again, I would grab it again at 110, but I'm not buying it here where I sold it. That's what I'm not doing. That's what I'm not going to do. All right, here we go. We're breaking on Tesla to 438. Let's see if we can make a little. Here we go. AMD. We're going to stop out here. We're going to get out of AMD soon. Here we go. Haven't closed it, but I'm about to. So I'm out AMD. No harm, wrong one. I'm out AMD. Didn't lose anything. Literally a flat. I told you I'm not playing around. That's what it is. I'm trading the plan, planning the trade, whatever. However that goes. I got up about 80 cents. I'm not about to go down 80 cents. Okay? Not doing it. Maybe it goes higher. Maybe it wicked me out. Maybe they wanted my few shares. They can have them. The risk to reward, the calculus changed. So I didn't lose anything. No harm, no foul. We move on. There goes Tesla. I'm just going to focus on what's running. Tesla's running. I'm going to let it run. One of my fan favorites here. So we're getting there. I want 440 Pierce minimum. Minimum. So we get over 440, then we talking. But if it wants to run, I'll let it run. Oklo, still under pressure. That's why you can't fall in love with none of these things, because they'll just dump. Okay, what are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? Look at SanDisk, boy. That really does. It really does, upset me. It really does. It really is upsetting because you lose for no reason. You see this game and it's just like, now what? So that's what's really upsetting about it. AMD is crossed. I'm aware, but we're just gonna focus on what's moving. Is Oklo available to trade? Yeah, it is. APLD. Is APLD available? APLD, is it available? Yeah. Comes into this 34 Pierce. We'll grab it again. I don't mind trading APLD again. Look at Tesla getting to 4. Look at this. Look at this bounce. I told you, it's overdue for a bounce. There's 440. Look at this bounce. It's overdue for a bounce. So I have it at 436. I called it around 433 for you guys. If you guys want to be in it with me. If you're not, it's fine. It's no big deal. Okay. The Qs are going. Oklo is just chilling. Man, look at SanDisk, man. Look at this thing go. Look at this thing go. We could have all got our money back and then some. But it is what it is. So I apologize for yesterday. It's nothing I could do about it. I guess I could have not traded. I could have waited for the level, which I said about 330. If I'd have waited for 330, then it would have been easy because the second trade would have been around 315. So it would have been a lot easier. So that's my fault on SanDisk yesterday, because just to see that thing go is just, it just makes you sick to your stomach, Where's MSTR? That was a man. Look at it. Look at MSTR. Used to be a fan favorite. Used to be a fan favorite. Look at this thing, man. Look at this thing from $500, a $550 essentially, to $156. Call it $400 just wiped out. That's insane, right? That's what they do, man. You trade enough, you'll see plenty of these things. Oklo at 112. I'm not jumping in that. Man, it got to 439. Didn't pierce 440. It got to be 440 or nothing. So other than that, I'm not touching it. Okay, other than that, I'm not touching it. We'll go from there. But 440 was the level of selling. Let's see here. This Tesla's coming in. I mean, I got up enough. I'm definitely have to keep a flat on Tesla. So I'm getting ready to close out this Tesla. I can't go up within $1 of my level and then go negative. So if that's what it's going to do, then I'm going to have to stop out. All right, I'm out Tesla. I'm out Tesla. I cannot go up. I cannot go up to 440 and then come in. So I'll just get out. So I'll just get it lower. If it's going to chop, then let it chop. You know, it's as simple as that. Not going out the money after being $1 away from my minimum target. Not even $1. Got within 20 cents. 20 cents and then quickly whipped down. So unfortunately, 436.72 exit. So, I mean, $60. That's horse crap. That's horse crap, but it is what it is. Got to move on. You cannot go broke taking profit. You have a plan, you have an exit, you stick to it, and that's what it is. Where's AMD? Netflix is just causing pain flicks. I'm going to be totally honest. Now, look at this. Look at AMD. Now you understand why I stopped out. If it's not going up, it's going down. We had a trade plan on it. It bounced, and then it started to come in. Now, if it wants to come in more, fine, we'll grab it there. You know, there's no reason to go negative. You could just get in, get up, and then if it comes back down, get out, get it lower. Every time I look at SanDisk, I want to punch the screen. I'm not gonna lie here, guys. So, yeah. So this Netflix stock, this is like beyond ridiculous, okay? Beyond ridiculous, because think about why it's selling. They're selling WBD because, they're selling Netflix because they're in a bidding war for WBD, okay? Since they have won the bid, acknowledged the bid, the stock price has gone down way more than what they've offered for WBD. The market cap that they've lost just to acquire another company. That's like you saying, I can't even come with a good analogy, but I don't know. You have a car that's worth 50 grand and then you're going to buy another car to make each car worth nothing. Like, what would that be about? Why would you buy another car if you could just sit there and hold the one car and it all be worth 50 grand? Oh, I'm going to buy a second car. Now both cars combined are now worth only 25. What? So this is getting ridiculous. I talked about the no-brainer level being in the $80. It's getting very, very close to the no-brainer level. $80, right into the 80 to 75. That's the no-brainer level. If you can't buy that, you can't buy anything. Look at Oklo still whipping around. Yeah, it's not down enough. Look at the Qs going negative. The Qs are going negative. So that's going to put a drag on everything. Look at AMD come in. Ooh. Look at Oklo come in. Now we might get some actions. We might just get an action. Look at SanDisk. Is SanDisk at a short? Because if it starts to roll, I'm ready to roll with it. I'm ready to short this thing. So let's see here. Is there a shortable level? Yes, the 360 is a shortable level. Yeah. It's not rolling over yet, but for me, it's these highs. Like, if I shorted here, I would stop at a close of 366. So I'd have to size for a $6 loss, right? I'd have to size for a $6 loss. So that means, I don't know, 50 to 75 shares for me, you know. But I would expect a move back down to maybe 340. So I'm watching it. I might short it. I might short SanDisk. Remember, I always go smaller than I go on shorts than I do my longs. So I'm watching it. It's possible to short it here at 360. It did get over it, but I haven't pulled the trigger just yet. So I'm going to watch it. Okay, where's Tesla? Is Tesla come in? Tesla, we could get a little bit more if it comes in. It's back to 436. I don't mind getting it again, but this time I'll get it around, I'll have to get it around 434. AMD under pressure. Look at AMD at low a day. Didn't lose any money, so that's fine. Oklo is chilling. We could buy it here, but the volatility's starting to wane. Look at the daily chart. Let's look at the daily. This looks like pure dog crap. Look at that. They sold it from the word go. I really want to wait until it gets into this pie here. 110 to 108. Let's see if I can be patient. AMD wicking the lows. We could re-enter here at 204. We're going to stop at 203. Here, let's get... All right, I'm grabbing AMD long here. My stop will be the low of the day, which is 203. So when I grab it, I'll tell you, and my stop will be whatever this low is. So $1, we'll risk $1. All right, I'm long AMD at 204.03. I'm long AMD at 204.03. Stop will be essentially these lows. I could add to it, but let me look at the daily real quick. Let me zoom out again. If I hold it, if it flushes down, then I would add a break of 200. So, if I had to go down $4, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's Friday. We're not going to go too big. So, but we'll be all right. We're going to be looking for a move. Again, I'm going to maintain a move to 207 as a target. So $3-4, something like that. And we'll see if this market can go. But I know there's some news pending apparently, so we'll have to watch that and be careful of that. But we'll go from there. Where's Tesla? Tesla's back to 437, but it'll come back down. It's not the day. Today doesn't seem like the day. We'll keep watch though. But I'm long 204.03 on AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, 204.03. I am long 204.03. My stop will be low of day at 203. Tick for tick. So if I go up 50 cents, then I will move my stop from 203 to 203.50. Okay? So now it's at 204.50. I'm up about 50 cents. I'm risking 50 cents now. Right? About 50, 60 cents. So you can never go broke if you can define your stop. So here we go. I'm long. There we go. Get up $1. Guess what? I'm going to keep a stop of $1. Here we go. Look at this bounce starting. Now can we get a continuation bounce? So I'm in there. I'm in it to win it. Let's see what happens here. Look at this wick on the Qs going up. So now I'm going to have can't lose much. Can't lose much on this trade now. Okay? I can't lose much. Got in at 204. So I'll keep a stop at let's just call it, let's risk 20 cents. We'll risk 20 cents to the low again. Maybe 30 cents to the max. And then our target is going to be 210, really. If it goes, man, this thing could go to 210 like that. So I talked about getting $5 from 205. So now we're looking to get about $6 to the max if it breaks out. There is no upper limit, but in terms of where it wants to go, The bounce market would be like 210 to be these highs. First target would be 207 with the next move to be 210 if it can get up there. So let's watch what happens. Oklo's under 111. We haven't re-entered that. I don't have any. Look at SanDisk at 360. Man, this thing is like calling my name for a short, but I'm not going to pull it. Look at Tesla get back to 438. Oof. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We move on. We move on. We move on. Let's see if we can get through 205, get $1, and then we'll see if we can get this 207. AMD trying to move up. AMD's back up there. We didn't wick the low, but we've wicked pretty close enough to the low, to our risk tolerance. Okay. SNDK is pushing down from 360. Doesn't look like it wants to get over this level. Is it a double top? Yeah, it technically is. But man, this thing has me going to church. Look at Palantir. Palantir, we have it at 180.40, so I'm waiting on that. Oklo still under pressure. Look at the Qs with this engulfing bounce. Where's NVIDIA? Do we move over to NVIDIA? Let's look at NVIDIA. Man, I hate that we have to sell Tesla. Look at this thing at 440. Ah. Look at it. Look at the games. Look at that. Popped, dropped, and then rinse and repeat. Look at this thing. Tesla 440. It's okay. 205. I'll focus on AMD. I'm going to focus on what I'm in, not on what could have been. Okay, there's loads of people of what could have been. It's what did you do? NVIDIA starting to go. NVIDIA starting to bounce. Q starting to bounce. Oklo still at 110. Unless it comes into, like I say, this lower level, that's where I'm really interested on Oklo. That level's about 106. We already traded it once at 110. I could rinse and repeat now if I want it, but I want to see it get exaggerated to the downside from the volume weighted average price. And that would equate to at least 108 to 106. So we'll see what happens. There goes the 205 touching on AMD. Buyers starting to come in. Bulls starting to show up. Look at Tesla go up. Look at Tesla go. Oh, I told you, it's overdue for a bounce. Tesla's going. FOMO is starting to rise. FOMO starting to rise on Tesla. The FOMO is starting to rise. Let's see if we can get one more push down. Maybe I would try 438 to 437, but man, the FOMO, to have it at 436 and then to see it get to that price target. NVIDIA, SanDisk, the 360 might be the level to short, but I didn't pull the trigger, so we'll just go from there. We're approaching an hour. We've closed out a few trades. You know, yeah, I'm trading like I do on every Friday, nice and small and light. Look at AVGO. We need this thing to go. I'm in at 366, so I still got like 20 to something dollars to go, but it's okay. Marvell with a nice 30 minutes and then a wick up. It's just bouncing along with the market. AMD can't get off the ground, so that's impressive. Where's Roblox? Nah, it's weak. Whole market catching a bid, and AMD cannot get off the ground. Look at Tesla go. Look at Tesla go. Look at Tesla go. Where's Palantir at? Palantir's nice to see that it's going. I'm in it at 180.40, so hopefully it can bounce. Let's see if AMD can get a continuation bounce. Somebody keeps selling this thing and gets to 205. Like, they just not letting it reclaim that. But the Qs are bouncing. A rising tide can lift all boats, but sometimes you're in a submarine and you're just going to stay underwater. So it just depends. Just really depends. Q, Oklo doing nothing. Palantir starting to bounce. That's nice to see. Look at Tesla 440. Let me look at the volume on Oklo because I'm considering this 110 again. I'm considering this 110 on Oklo. It's decent enough level here, this 110. Tesla back to 440. Don't fall for the FOMO. You know, we're still into resistance on Tesla, so it should give us another opportunity to come down. But if it's going to go, it's going to go. So I'm watching Oklo. I want to get back in this sucker. Okay. If we can get it here, I'm going to lighten up. I'm going to lighten up on Oklo. It's the second bite of the apple, so let's not be able to get in a position where we give it all back. So let's see. For my, man, this AMD is just, look at Tesla go, man. Look at this thing go. Look at Tesla start to go. Look at Tesla get to 441. There was the $5 move. All right, I just grabbed some Oklo 111.08. 111.08. 111.08. I am long Oklo 111.08. If you want to wait for 110.50 break to 109, that's fine. But I'm in Oklo here, 111.08. We're going to go a little bit lighter than the first go because it's more risky. Okay. So I would say for my smaller accounts or my more risk-adverse accounts, wait to see if you can get it to about 108. Still in this AMD, but running out of patience. SanDisk, not rolling over, but not going up. Tesla's going to wick down to 440. I do like that. Let's look at a 15-minute chart on it. This is the resistance here. So we should be able to get a pierce back before 37. So if we come back into that, we'll be all right. AMD's coming in, about to take a flat on that pretty soon. It'll be the second bite of the apple, but if it's not going to bounce, then if the Qs are going to be at high of day and it's going to stay at low of day and go red, then we'll just stop out for a flat. These are flats, so they're tiny wins, but you know, they're not even worth keeping track of. So I'm still in it, but I'm going to keep a stop accordingly. Oklo coming in. Tesla's at 440. Could bounce here. Palantir's up to 177. Oklo's at just under 111. Tariff decision from the Supreme Court has been postponed. That's good to hear. Thank you for that news. Though I don't see the market particularly reacting to it. But there goes Tesla over 441. This is a breakout play. This is a breakout play on Tesla. So I just grabbed some Tesla on this break of 441 with the Qs. And I'm playing this along with the Qs here, okay? Because the Qs are now getting to some resistance, but it's going red to green. So I'm long Tesla. I hate paying up so much, but we'll pay up a little bit. I'm still in AMD. I'm still in Palantir. I'm still in Oklo. So we got a couple trades going. Here we go. Target now. If this market's going to go, Tesla's going to run, 447, 450. So we'll see what happens here. Starting to go. I will hold this overnight. So if it does wick in, I am okay holding Tesla overnight if I have to. So if I get caught out in Tesla, if it starts to dip, I will hold it overnight and I will add. Are you fucking? What a joke, man. Here we go on Tesla. We'll keep. Here we go on Tesla. Here we go on AMD. Still in AMD. Haven't stopped out. Oklo. Yeah, it's a smaller position, but we'll see what happens. I got loads of space. Here's at 441. So like I said, I'm okay holding. But here we go on Tesla. So I'm okay holding this overnight if it wicks back down. It's overdue for a bounce. AMD's at 205. We're still in that. That's up almost $1. So I'm going to hold that. Well, Oklo's under $1. But again, we lightened up on purpose because the risk is there. Look how nasty this looks. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Volatility starting to wane. We'll see what happens. I didn't know you ever got out of Tesla. I'm still in. Oh, I got out. You missed that call, but it's okay. Tesla can hold. When it popped up here and it came in, I got out. So then it whipped back up. So we're still going in there. You can still hold this thing. I'm still in AMD. Oklo, like I said, if it comes into this 108, me. That is me. Here we go. Oklo's $1 out. Tesla's moving up. Where's Palantir? Stop moving. Oklo's at 110. We'll see. I should be able to at least get back up here to 112. So I'm not too concerned. AMD's at 205. We should always at least go back up to the volume weighted average, these 50 period moving average. So let's see if we can get over that. And let's see if we can get these $5 that we think we can get. The Qs are breaking. They're at high a day. So that's nice to see. Tesla's moving. It's at high a day. So I'm playing Tesla based on the Qs and this breakout. So we want to stay in this because if it's going to go today, this thing could go 5%. Okay. So you could get a target of 450. There goes AMD. I'm up $1 on AMD. Never got out. I'm out $1 on Oklo, but this is the second bite of the apple. So a lighter position on purpose. So we just let it go. And I will add the other half essentially to Oklo if it got down a significant sum. But otherwise, we'll just hold this one. Let's see if we can get to these highs here, which is 207 to 207.50. So that's only $2 away. We can get over there. Look at Oklo. It's just whipping around. It's hitting this support level here, this 110. It's piercing it some, but it's hitting it there. Not the money 50 cents, but I don't care about no 50 cents. My target, because it's a half position, I probably got to get back up to about 114. Probably got to get to high a day for it to make any money, to make any significant money. There we go. I'm flat to end the money on Oklo. Look at AMD. Look at this. Hey, look at Tesla starting to go. Everything's starting to bounce. Look at Palantir starting to go. I'm in at 180.40, so I'm still in it. I ain't gone nowhere. Again, AMD gets about 207. That's TP1. TP2 will be a move to 210. We talked about a 5-to-1 risk, so I'll take that. If we can get up there, Oklo, it's just chilling. Palantir's chilling. Tesla's chilling. Tesla, now that we're up about $2, we'll have to keep a flat. But we'll see what happens here. You know, you can't go up $2 and then give it up. So let's just see if it's going to break out. If it's going to break out, we just let it run. Just let it run. Tesla's overdue for a bounce. Max move today will be a pierce of 450. A max move today would be filling this gap. Call it 452. Okay, that'd be a kind of a max move today. So you can get $10 from here, from 443. You can get about $10 if this market's going to lift off. Here we go. We're at 205.60 on AMD. So we're up $1.50. Minimum for me, I got to make $2 on a $200 stock, but I'm looking for something like 4 to 5, to be honest with you. Okay. Here we go. Not bad. Who knew today would be a day of getting some action? Okay. So just so you're aware, I don't know if I told you, Tesla entry is 440.97. So we're up some good amounts. AMD, I've told you that entry. Alclo, I've told you that entry. Palantir, I continue to tell you that entry. SanDisk, no entry. But we're starting to break out. Look at the Qs go to the upside. They'll just rip your face off eventually. They'll just rip your face off. So now we're starting to print some good money. It's not going to be the world's greatest day because it's Friday. You know, I don't be going too big on a Friday. But now we're starting to print, and we're printing across the board. Okay. For me, I just like to let stuff run. If I look at the daily, we're getting close to this 445. Appears for me will be 445, and I'll sell Tesla at 445. I hate that I got wicked out of it, but 444 to 445, I'll sell my Tesla. Look at Oklo with a look at AMD with the bounce. Oklo, everything. I'm gonna wear out this bounce button. I'm telling you, you guys gonna be like, Carl, stop pushing it. That's what you're gonna say, because we getting let's go. Let's go. There's 112. So if I get to 114, on Oklo, I'll sell it. There goes 206 on AMD. Here we go. We're at 444. This is close enough to sell Tesla, but you know, I'm gonna keep a stop in the flat. This is close enough. You know, we got $2 from 204. This is close enough to sell. This is like TP 1.5. You know, you could sell here if you want. Tesla, yeah, it's close enough to TP1. 444 to 445. It's amazing how it gets right up there and then just stops. It's amazing how it does that. There we go. 113 on Oklo. We talk about this. Look at this yellow line. We drew this yellow line. We bought it. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Get to 114. I'm going to be outro. I don't need the whole move. I need enough of the move. 114 will be enough of the move for me. Okay. So let's go. So we're about 70 cents from Oklo selling. Man, what a day, man. You never know when the day going to be. Here we go. Oklo approaching TP. Here we go. Come on, pierce this 114, and guess what I'm going to do? Guess what button? Should I push the bounce button or the win button? Come on now, we close though. Ha 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 ha. Who pushed that? Who pushed that? Who pushed the hype me up button? Here we go. Here we go. 114 on tap on. Here we go. Man, we close enough. All right, I'm out. I'm out, Oklo. I don't need to wait for 114. That's close enough for me to take my money. I'm out of Oklo. I'll just move on. There's 2 trades in it. Done. Tesla's starting to pull back some. You could take profit if you want here. Okay. Look at that. So out of Oklo. Okay, we'll take that win. Tesla 443. I'm looking for 444 on Tesla. You'll know when I sell. I'm looking for 207 on AMD. You'll know when I sell. But they close enough. Palantir, I'm looking for, if I end up holding it over the weekend, I'm looking for 190. But if I can get it today to 185, I would take it. To 183, I would take $3. The longer I hold it, the more I want. It's always that. Look at SanDisk, though. That one pisses me off. But, like, this is what I'm talking about. I don't mind taking a loss on a particular trade when I feel like I can make all what it loses the next day. I've already made everything that SanDisk lost yesterday. Okay, so like I said, I don't have to win every trade. I gotta survive every trade. I gotta define my risk to my reward. When those become in equilibrium, that's when you can make the most money. If those things get out of kilter, you just gonna be cannon fodder out there. Cannon fodder. You'll be cannon fodder. You'll just be out there just willy-nilly shooting in the dark, right? You'll be cannon fodder. You'll get under too much pressure. Your chest will rip out of your chest, and then you'll be done. Now look at AMD going. I have no ego. Now that I've got all these kind of wins starting to stack, I'm under no pressure to sell AMD. None. I'm under no, and I'm about ready to sell Tesla though, just because I bought it up. I had to pay up. Look at the Qs bouncing. 625. Okay, 442. Here we go on Tesla. I'm about to stop out on Tesla. I'm going to take my little profit pretty soon. I'm out of Tesla. I'll take the $1.50 or so. I'm not gonna let it come in. Got within a dollar. Got within within a dollar of where I was gonna sell. I was gonna sell on a Piercer 444 anyways. So I can't let it come in. Plus I paid up. I had it at 436 and I had to pay up. So I'll just get out and call Tesla a win. That's another win on the day. It's not the world's biggest win, but it's okay. Palantir, just waiting on that to go. Oklo, we got out of that twice today. That's nice. AMD I'm just letting that cook. That's up $2. I could sell here. You're close enough. You're in 50 cents of the 207 level. So, you're thereabouts, and then you're good to go. But what a day. It's been an hour. Palantir still holding. Let's go flip over to Coinbase. Let's see what we got. And thank God that's moving up. Where's AVGO? Can that move up? Because we still got that at 366. Oh, thank goodness that's moving up. Still out the money a good chunk, but we'll let it rock and roll. Got to be patient. Is Netflix bouncing? Like Netflix this is ridiculous at $90. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's ridiculous. Look at APLD. Ah! Look at this thing go to 36.50. Look at that thing go. Oh, what a move. What a move. Now, I don't try to catch the whole move. I always tell you that. Okay. I'm going to try to start closing shut down because, we got 20 minutes to go. So I got this AMD. I'll let it chill. Let's be clear. I'm not losing a dollar on AMD. If anything, let's be clear. I will stop out at 205. Period. Don't ask me if I'm still in it. If you hearing my voice right now, if AMD coming to 205, call it 20, 100% I sold it. Okay? 100%. Okay? Otherwise, I'm just going to let it run. I'm under no pressure. I got all these little wins. They've all been just made up for the loss. APLD is going to kill me. No, I'm going to be mad at APLD. Okay? Trust me, I'm not going to sleep well because of APLD. I'm still in Palantir. Okay. Good. Okay. Still waiting on this AMD to break the higher day like the Qs have. Okay. Now, there's something funny. A friend of mine, yesterday here, it was snowing like a blizzard. Okay. And I crossed because cars can't, a lot of cars in the UK aren't ready for the snow. And so I crossed into a single lane to pass up all the cars that were stuck. And apparently there's a picture of my car on the internet, my license plate in the snow, going in the illegal drive, passing up all the snow cars. The roads are bad enough and people are something. And I find it hilarious that it's my car. That's so funny. A mate of mine sent it to me. So, but hey, that's it. Hey, if you ain't built, if it ain't snowing, I ain't going. And so I ain't going to be stuck behind these cars that got front wheel drive, can't go up a hill. and they start spinning their wheels. I'll just go around you. Palantir, AMD. So we go from there. Let's see, what's Tesla doing? Out of what? Kilter? What are you asking me, Gmail? Look at Tesla though. Look at Tesla. But it's okay. It's okay. But we got out of Tesla 442. Because I paid up, I had to, keep a tighter stop than I normally would have. But it is what it is. It's not bad on the day. We got a couple wins going. We just hitting these little wins, a bunch of little singles, and it's starting to add up. It's definitely starting to add up. Okay, still, it's definitely starting to add up. It's definitely starting to add up, which is nice. Man, I got a lot of more trades to keep adding to this list, but Tesla's at 443. If you got the gumption, which you can have today, you're going to hit the 50-period moving average. 448, this top could be it. You probably get to about 448. So if you want to hold for another $5, by all means do so. AMD, I'm getting a bit bored of it, but we're in the money on that. I could take my $2 and I could let that run. But I'd like to get $3, I'll be honest with you, on a Friday. So I'm going to put my Friday music on. We traded AMD twice. First was a stop, which is fine. And then guess what? We got it $1 lower. Certain things that I keep, quote unquote, preaching to you. I try to practice what I preach. Even if I just get it $1 lower, I'm happy to have it $1 lower. If I can define where the stop is at, then that's what I'm going to do. But I'm about ready to sell this AMD. So just so you know, I'm about to sell AMD, take my $2. I've had enough. Okay? So I'm done with AMD. Out. Okay? So out. Now we just got a couple more trades to deal with, and we just go with that. So just like that, it's just, we're going to have a 4-figure day. It's going to be the world's biggest day. Nah, it's Friday. I wasn't going to, shoot. I can smell myself now from, still from yesterday. So I ain't going to be, I ain't going to be trying to sweat like a hostage. So we out of AMD. We're going to let that kind of cook. What I do like is the little bottoming signal that's starting to form on it on the daily chart. It's what you want to see. Tesla, like I said, is overdue for a bounce. I'm mad that I didn't catch it yesterday because I was under too much stress. Nice. Perfect. And again, you're just trying to hit your number, man. You're trying to hit your number. I'm calling them out. It's up to you to step up. So good job this week. I mean, we had an F- day, maybe an F+ day yesterday. SanDisk did. Took us on a ride, man. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. So I'm about to cut it off here. We got 15 minutes to go. I can keep you up to date on Palantir. I don't need to be on the mic anymore for Palantir. So I'm going to cut it off. I'm not going to trade Oklo anymore. I'm done with it. I'm out of AMD. We're just winding this stuff down. I'm out of Tesla for me. And we're just going to just keep going like that. We'll come back. If for some reason Tesla comes back into 437, by all means, I'll buy it again. It's overdue for a bounce. Okay, remember, they're trying to get this guy $1 trillion. So let me stop recording so I have a sign off. Here we go. What's the sign off? All right, folks, thank you for trading with me. My name is Carl from acetradingclub.com. This is how we trade the market day in, day out. 2-week free trial. Come check us out. Link in the description. Again, acetradingclub.com. We went, 5 for 5 today, maybe even 7 for 7 today. But this is what we do. I don't promise you anything. I can't give you financial advice. But what I can do is I can promise you I'm going to show up, do the best that I can, identify levels, identify risks, take the trades that I'm taking, and call them out and see if we can just make some money in this market, whether it's going up or whether it's coming down. If this is a place for you, then by all means, come join us. If not, hey, no big deal. Find a home that you like. But I believe you can make money in this market along with us. So we will see you later, and I am out. Peace.